But tonight I've got a question for all of you. Do you believe? I remember the Cowardly Lion. He was like, I do believe, I do believe, I do believe in spooks. Well, I do believe that we have the power to create, co-create with the universe, and it's the power of belief. Dr. Bruce Lipton wrote a book on the power of belief. It's actually the biology behind the power of belief and how to align your thoughts to create what you want. And it's not brainwashing. It's not thinking some positive thought and making it happen. You see, when you believe in something, there's an energy that activates the creative frequency that you as a human being, that energetic force, send out into the universe. And you begin to believe things are possible. And as the possibilities present themselves, you begin to feed more into the belief than the disbelief. You ever believe that people are more receptive to success if they believe it's possible than the person who doesn't believe anything positive is going to happen to them? And the person who believes something positive will not happen to them, their disbelief or their poo-pooing of their luck that is less than perfect. Oh, I don't have good luck. Well, that person, that very same person will receive a lot of bad luck or unexpected events that cause them angst and dismay and disappointment. And why is that? Because their energetic frequency is saying, I don't believe anything good is going to happen to me. You know, it's a matter of feeling the feeling of what you desire. And many people who have built successful businesses, maybe were told it wasn't possible, or maybe they looked at other people around and said, I choose to believe that I can do it. Many athletes knew early on as a child that they would be successful. They believed it was possible. They believed it was within them, even when coaches and teammates gave them a difficult time, maybe didn't give them that prime position. Many times when I get to speak with athletes, they share with me their stories of how their high school coach didn't believe in them and how they didn't get played. And when they finally did get played, they blew them all away. And that was that one opportunity that fed their belief that they knew inside was great and began to encourage others to believe in them. Many of us want other people to believe in us. We want other people to be our cheerleader. We want other people to hold the vibration, the frequency of what we want, but we're not willing to do it for ourselves. We have to want what we desire. We have to want it deep inside of ourselves. We can't just run around saying, I wish I could have. You either want it or you don't want. You know, wishes fall upon deaf ears because a wish is just this hopeful, but I'm not convinced or convicted in the direction of my desire. So it just is kind of in the air. And so it's willy-nilly, and we never know if it's going to hit the mark. Now, does that mean wishes don't come true? Well, I know wishes can come true. But most people, they say, well, I wish, or I hope, or the best one is, I'm trying. If you've got to say I'm trying, you're really not trying. You're either doing or not doing. There's no in between. In the land of creation, there is the thought, the idea, the inspiration, and then there is the action that leads to a result. And the action is always backed by the belief, always backed by that force of energy that takes us in the direction of an outcome. Now, are there people who have believed that they would get a job promotion or believe something would happen for them on their behalf and been disappointed? Yes, there are. And often it's a result of other people's thoughts, actions, and opinions that we cannot influence. We cannot make our boss pick us, even if though we are the best candidate or the right candidate, if there's a political reason in the hierarchy of the organization that causes them to choose someone else. And it doesn't mean the other person is less than qualified. Sometimes it does, and we hear that through the grapevine as well. But we find that when we hold the energy of a thought and we set the intention of that thought coming to a positive outcome, and here's where most humans kind of block themselves out. We don't set a limitation on exactly how it has to appear. You see, if you want a better job with a higher pay, with more, well, title or clout, perhaps a different set of responsibilities, maybe not so time consuming. Maybe you want a job that has flexibility and more hours that yield greater pay at a different time set than what you're currently working. It could be anything that you desire. But if you say that I want this job, but I want it in my workplace, that may not be possible. There may be other things that are in place. But if you say to the universe, if you say to yourself, I believe that I'm going to land a new job and I believe it's going to give me the flexibility in the hours and the abundance that I desire, and you hold that vibration and you don't pinch yourself out of that thought because the belief is greater than the obstacles that could appear or the situation that you're in, for instance, a work environment that isn't hiring, isn't promoting, isn't reorganizing anyone, then that belief will fall, much like your wish, on deaf ears. Nothing can occur from that. But if you hold that energy and then you put yourself in a position of being open to create something else, something will manifest. And it will match the desire. You see, every person on this planet has this innate ability to be a manifestation generator, to generate items and happenings and experiences and connections with people that they feel will be rewarding, joyful, harmonious, abundant, and overall happy. So what is it that you want to create in your life? And do you believe it's possible? Now, I have many people who will say to me, but the course of my life has proven otherwise, Sarah. The course of my life has proven that I might believe it's possible, but it just never seems to happen for me. Then somewhere inside of that belief that you place out into the energy, in that thought pattern, there is an aspect within you, a part of you, that just doesn't really believe it could fall into place, or is not believing that you are worthy. There's always a disconnect. And we often send the universe sputtering out of control in the direction away from what we desire when we keep pulling out the plug, when we worry about how it's going to get there. We plug in the energy, we charge ourselves, we electrify the universe with all of our greatest thoughts and ideas, our inspirations. What can we do next? And then we wonder if it could happen, or then we worry, or we entertain the thoughts and opinions of someone else. Or sometimes we don't do what we need to do in the physical world to make it happen. It's like the person who says they want to be connected to their guides and their angels. You know, I have a very great connection with so many people, and a lot of times we find it difficult to make that connection. They're like, well, Sarah, I don't think I see them, or I hear them, or I feel them, so I don't know. Am I in trouble with them, people have said, or am I missing the mark? It's not that you're missing the mark. It's just that sometimes we try too hard. We try too hard and we step out of the energy of allowing. And we do not allow ourselves to be in the energy of the flow. Because everybody has this ability to connect to wisdom of the universe, connect to God, connect to the angels, and to even feel the presence of your loved ones, for they are around us at all times. But the power that you have within is something that has been limited and squashed and conditioned by the experiences or the beliefs of others who, in very well-meaningly, raised you in their tribe with their thoughts and ideas, and often that's not the journey of your soul. But they used their thoughts and ideas to keep you safe and protected and keep you in an environment that they could control as you were growing up in the world. And as you move yourself forward in the world, you begin to realize that you think a little differently than your parents did, or you don't quite have the same thought about work that your father did. And so you look at things a little differently, and then you begin to reprogram yourself. But underneath the surface, there's this conversation that says, well, money doesn't grow on trees, and you have to work hard to get somewhere. And, you know, if you're not very smart, no one's going to really notice you. But maybe we need to look at the fact that we may not be as intelligent in math or science, but we may have such a creative personality that we can put together an awesome idea about a business. I talked to someone the other day, fascinating individual, and she's helped many people gain access to the beaches, and she helps people in wheelchairs gain access onto the beach and into the water. People in wheelchairs that have not had the opportunity to be in the water for years. And she's bringing back that dream. She's helping them. So here's someone who, in the power of her belief, knows that there's a way in spite of the limitation. And she herself has gone through some limitations. And it's through that experience that she stepped out of the condition and had the power to believe that there was something that could be done about it, that it was possible to go to the beach even if you did have a wheelchair, and it was possible for you to be in the water. And so she held on to that belief, and she worked through it in the physical world until something happened in that direction. And then she was able to build backing and support to support that movement. And it was such a wonderful conversation she and I had, because she really believes there's something greater going on with what appeared to be a limitation in her life. There's something greater going on that's going to be for the greater good of others. You see, so we can believe an experience has a negative impact. We can believe something is going to stop us or block us. Or we can believe that it's just something to show us and teach us. We can believe that something is an obstacle because we need to take a different route or look at what it is we want and maybe adjust the outcome that we think we want. We're always navigating life. Everyone is having to recalculate our route. You know, I love talking to my GPS, and I talk to my GPS. Usually I'm telling it, shut up, I'm going my way. But when I have it hooked in, and it always seems to talk at the worst possible time, but when I have it hooked in and it's trying to direct me as to where to go, and I'm like, well, no, I don't want to take that route. I don't want to get on that road. I'm going to go this way because I know this way will take me. You hear it's almost like it's annoyed, like recalculating route. At the next light, please make a U-turn. And then when it realizes I am not going to make a U-turn, that I have the belief that I can get there the way I want to go, it's almost like I can hear the whole darn thing sigh. Like Google Maps just gets annoyed with me and it's like, recalculating route, SarahSpiritual. And it begins to find another way. And then I go, see? And I talk to my GPS. I'm like, see, I told you we could go this way. I don't know why you want to send me down that crazy road. I'm going this way. And life is very much like that. It's us talking to the universe and saying, I really want this. Oh, you know what? As I'm on this journey, I think I'd like to see it play out a little differently. Let's try it this way. And the universe is always repositioning and calculating the energy to match the energy that you are sending out into the world that you want to create for the desired outcome that is right around the corner for you. And the craziest thing is most people, when they're at the precipice of realizing their goals and their dreams, yep, they give up. They just go, I guess it wasn't meant to be. Yes, it was meant to be. The universe could scream. You don't need Google Maps to sigh on that one. You've got the whole universe screaming, keep going. Don't give up now. It's just around the corner. So what do you believe? What do you believe in the heart of hearts and your soul of souls that is possible for you? And what is it in life that's maybe taken you off the path of what you'd love to create? And how would you like to create this next chapter of your life? In these last few months of 2021, can you believe it? Yes, indeed. Always wake up on the first of the month and say, rabbit, rabbit. That brings luck. So this morning I woke up and I said, rabbit, rabbit. And then I said, holy crow. It's September 1st. Can you believe it? We are coming into the close of 2021. And what an interesting ride it's been. The whole entire world got its route recalculated in March of 2020. Who would have thought from one day to the next, the world as we knew it, and as we thought it would always be, would recalculate a route and take us on a detour and a road that's kind of dark and scary. It's not a well-lit road, so we don't know what to expect. But I will tell you that through the power of belief, that what comes to you, even in the darkest of times, will be for your highest and best good as long as you hold the positive vibrations, the powerful intentions of your heart's content, and you see it to completion as you desire it at all times, and allow, in the allowing of the flow, for the universe to calculate the route to take you to your destination in the best possible of ways.